Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video. And before getting into the video, I really suggest you to watch the first minute of the video and then skip to the gameplay if you want to. Because before even talking about Mundo, I just want to show you guys something. So I made a Yumi guide the other day and I told you guys if that guide gets 2000 likes, I'm going to make a video of me playing Yumi with one hand. Now I was going to start doing that, but then I got a different idea and I'm going to show you guys this. I made a tweet on Twitter. You know, I am going to do the challenge with Yumi, but I want to do a little bit more fun. So if people want to see it, check out my Twitter. I'm going to make this tweet exactly when the video comes out. 400 likes, and I will change the challenge to playing Yumi with my nose. Literally with my nose, so like clicking on the phone with my nose. Meanwhile, I'll play a hyper carry on another phone, you know, both at the same time. And yeah, basically I'll be playing Yumi on one phone with my nose, and I'll play a hyper carry, like, I don't know, Master Yi or something. You can drop suggestions under the tweet, because I'll be reading all of them under the tweet on another phone. So if you want to see that, then follow me on Twitter, link in the description, and leave down your suggestions. Give the tweet a like if you want to. And now let's focus on Mundo, because guys, Mundo is still strong. He is really strong, and it just really feels like people don't seem to know how to play him too well, because I've played with a few Mundos, right? And I've played against a few Mundos, and it just wasn't that strong. But there is like one major change that I've made to Mundo, which is the Conqueror rune. And during the gameplay part, I'll show you how to play around the Conqueror. By the way, there are timestamps in the description to just skip to the gameplay. But yeah, let me explain to you guys how to build Mundo. So first item, Sunfire Aegis, always. I have tried Spirit Visage, and let me tell you one thing. When you're, okay, so let's take a look at this scenario. You're jungling against an Evelynn, and the enemy has like an Orianna mid lane, right? In that scenario, Spirit Visage first item can be worth it, because you'll be so tanky. You'll basically be, like, you'll be unkillable for the Evelynn. You'll literally be unkillable. She can never kill you. So if you're against like a heavy AP matchup, especially a jungle matchup, you know, like the Evelynn or the Gragas jungle, and the enemy has a lot of more AP champions, you can choose to go for the Spirit Visage first item to be super tanky, like literally unkillable. Otherwise, like, that's only going to be like 5% of your games, and then the other 95% start with the Sunfire Aegis. This one is perfect, especially with the new Conqueror rune that I'm going for Mundo. But let's look at the build first. Then as your second item, you get the Spirit Visage, right? You get the Spirit Visage. You can go for a Deadman's Plate. If the enemy is heavy attack damage, you can actually choose to opt to go for the Deadman's Plate instead. The thing is, even if the enemy is full attack damage, you still want to get a Spirit Visage as your third or fourth item, just because of this effect, like increase all healing, regen, and drain effects on yourself by 30%, and the 100% health regen, because Mundo already has an incredible amount of health regen. So Spirit Visage increasing that by 100%, and then also Spirit Visage increasing all healing, regen, drain effects on yourself by 30%. So that's really huge on Mundo. Deadman's Plate, perfect item for Mundo to be able to chase down enemies, right? Especially because his first ability slows down the enemy. So this one is really nice to catch up to an enemy, because it gives you a lot of movement speed. And then here it becomes completely situational. You know, you can go for a Warmog. If the enemy has a lot of poking, Warmog is actually good, because then you can kind of go in, deal some damage, or you can throw your first ability to poke down the enemies, take some poke yourself, and then heal up. The beauty of this item is, as I said, against poke compositions, Mundo's first ability deals bonus damage equal to the enemy's max damage. And in the late game, this bonus damage is around, like, I believe it's like 26% of the enemy's max HP. So you go in, you poke down the enemy, and you'll deal so much damage. And like, let's say the enemy Orianna deals some damage back at you, you're at like 70% HP. You're gonna heal back up with the Warmog. So that's the whole power of the Warmog. So I want you guys to truly understand when to build this item on Mundo. It's only good if the enemy has poke, so you can basically trade with these pokes. You heal back up and the enemy doesn't. Thornmail is basically always going to be a good item on Mundo. Randuin's Omen is good against a lot of crit. And there's another item that I had in my head. Yeah, Zeke's Convergence. If your Dragon Laner is an ADC, attack damage carry, and he's doing really well, and your support doesn't have a Zeke's Convergence, you can choose to go for the Zeke's Convergence yourself. It is especially powerful while you're using your ultimate because it's going to create that blizzard around you, which is going to slow down the enemies. So you as a Mundo is going to walk into all of the enemies with the Zeke's Convergence. You're going to slow all of them, and your ADC is going to do bonus damage to them. So this is quite an underrated item, and an item that I almost never see anyone build. But if you're, for example, if you're playing duo queue with your ADC and you're playing Mundo in the jungle, try it out. Take the Zeke's Convergence as your third, fourth, or fifth item. Frozen Heart I don't recommend. Just go for a Random's Omen instead because you don't utilize the bonus max mana, so it's just not really worth it. Random's Omen is just generally going to be better. I tried Starrick's Cage as well, and I mean, meh. It's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but I feel like other items are better. I've tried like a lot of different items, and other items just feel stronger than the Starrick's Cage. Although Starrick's Cage can be decent as your last item. Like you can instead of going for the Warlock, you can choose to go for the Starrick's Cage if you really want to like all in the enemy, right? Like if the enemy has champions like Jinx or something like that, champions that just deal a lot of damage and are not all about the poke damage, then you can choose to go for the Starrick's Cage. It's going to give you much more damage than the Warlock. For the boot, Mercury's Threats. Very likely you're going to need a Mercury's Threats. Mundo is not like before anymore, right? Like Mundo's second ability doesn't give him tenacity anymore. He doesn't get any tenacity at all. He's just like any other champion. Of course, his passive gives him a block against CC. So if the enemy only has like a Twisted Fate, you don't have to go for Mercury's Threats. But if they have a lot of CC, you know, if they have a Senna support, Twisted Fate, and like a Ashe in the Dragon Lane, of course you have to get the Mercury's Threat. So if necessary, get the Mercury's Threat. Otherwise, you can get the plated steel caps to be super tanky, you know, just to be insanely tanky against the enemy. Boots of Swiftness are just not worth it on Mundo, so don't go for them. Even though his ultimate gives him movement speed, it's just not worth it. So either plated steel caps or the Mercury's Threats. And then for your enchantment, obviously Stoneplate. I have no idea why there is a glorious enchant here. I always go for Stoneplate on Mundo, just always. Even if you're hard carrying the game, always. Trust me, this is always going to be the best rune. Item. Now about the runes. So as you can see, I have changed the fleet footwork to Conqueror. And we're talking about jungle Mundo right here, not Baron Lane Mundo. In Baron Lane, you want to get the Grasp of the Undying, but now I'm talking about jungle. I don't see fleet footwork as a necessary rune anymore. Again, I've been experimenting a lot. I've tried Phase Rush as well, not worth it. But Conqueror, oh my God, Conqueror, guys. It will give you so much damage in the longer run. Like when you're fighting for a long time, and you'll see during the gameplay, you'll see. You are gonna get so much damage after you stack up the 5 Conqueror stacks, which makes the item totally worth it. Second item, you go for Brutal to be able to clear out the jungle really fast. You can go for Triumph, but again, Brutal is just better to clear out the jungle. Third rune, you go for Hunter Titan for the anti-CC. Fourth rune, you go for Pathfinder. Do not go for Mastermind, not worth it anymore. Pathfinder, always Pathfinder on Mundo. Spells, you go for Smite and Flash. So now enough about the build, let's now get into the gameplay. Alright, on to the gameplay, and I got the skin, of course. I got a lot of new things to teach you about Mundo. I made a Mundo video very recently, and that was a good video. And I am actually good at Mundo as well. But obviously now I got more used to the new Mundo, right? And first things first, start with your third ability in the jungle. It deals more damage to the jungle camps. It just basically gives you a faster clear. First ability is decent to start with as well, but it's not as good as the third ability, because the third ability gives you passive attack damage, and it deals more damage if the enemy is at a low amount of HP. So it's just really nice to have as a jungler. It just gives you bonus damage basically. And as you can see, each time the jungle is getting lower, I will deal more damage. Look, 95, 98, 98, 100. So that's how it works. The lower the enemy is, the more damage you're gonna deal with it. So, you know, it just gives you a lot of jungle. It gives you very good clear in the jungle. I still don't recommend you to smite early though, even though that would practically be faster. I don't recommend it. Simple reason is because like one out of 100 games you're gonna get invaded, right? And you're gonna lose your red buff because of that, and you're gonna be tilted all game. So don't do it. Just smite it like a normal person. And here, when you take this jungle, don't take your second ability, take your third ability again. It's just a tad bit faster. Like, it's a bit faster jungle clear if you do it like this, because your second ability really doesn't deal any damage to jungle camps. So when you get level 3 and you're taking that jungle, take your third ability again and then clear out the blue buff. After the blue buff, of course, you take your second ability. So doing this clear as a Mundo is quite risky, of course, because the enemy can invade, then you're pretty screwed. So you kind of have to predict how the enemy is going to rotate. And I saw the Pantheon in the mid lane. That is why I was like, okay, I could just do this. If I didn't see the Pantheon in the mid lane, you know what I would have done? I would have skipped my blue buff and instantly gone for the Scuttle Crab. But I saw him in the mid lane, so I was like, yeah, I can just do the full clear and get to level 4. Here I'm just going to gank the Wukong, it's a free kill. No, he just got the kill himself. I guess he doesn't even need me. If he didn't get the kill, of course, I would have just flashed under the tower and killed him. So I saved my flash. And guys, please don't be greedy. Like, I know some of you guys would have flashed under the tower just to get that kill. I know. Don't do that, okay? It was obvious that the Yasuo was going to secure the kill with the Ignite, so I didn't flash under the turret, because I didn't have to, of course. Like, don't be greedy and don't be stupid for these kills. Right now, by the way, Mundo is actually really good into Pantheon. Pantheon is a really strong early game jungler, but let's take a look at what I do in this fight. Twisted Fate is dead. Look at this. Boom. He's dead. I use my ultimate. Ultimate makes me tanky, gives me movement speed, and it gives me bonus attack damage. And look at what's happening. Look. Alright. So let's talk about this. Would I have won that fight without Conqueror? No. Would I have won that fight without taking 2 upgrades on my third ability? No. Would I have won that fight if I didn't use my ultimate early on? No, guys. So let me tell you, first things first, the way that you want to upgrade Mundo in the jungle is, look, when you reach level 4, you put a point in your third ability. But after you reach level 6 and level 7, that's when you start to fully upgrade your first ability. Reason is because your third ability gives you faster jungle clear, and it's just stronger in these early game fights. It's just much stronger. And then the reason that you fully upgrade your first ability is because the first ability is much stronger during team fights, right? It's really powerful to poke down the enemy. It deals so much damage. It's just like such a good tool to chunk down the enemy. So instead of taking the full third ability upgrade, which you can do, by the way, taking the third ability is going to give you more sustained damage. The first ability is going to give you more poke damage. And in this game, I wanted to have poke damage, especially because they have like a Wukong and a Pantheon frontline. So my poke damage is going to be really powerful against them. So take a look at this. Like, if I hit this, it deals so much damage to them. Yeah, we can do the dragon. The enemy Pantheon is right there, so we can just start up the dragon. Or just look for a fight. Look at this, look at this. Boom! You see? Just instantly chunking down 20% of his health. That's what I mean. It's so powerful. It's like so good. Look. And then I go in. I don't even need to ult yet, but look at how much damage it deals. Here I'm probably still... Yeah, there we go. I just ulted. And it's again a free fight for us. You see, like, they can never kill you. And the beauty is... Like, the beauty of Mundo really is... He's already incredibly tanky. His ultimate makes you even tankier, but it not only makes you tankier, it gives you movement speed and bonus attack damage as well. Like, the ultimate makes you so super powerful, and then if you combine that with the Conqueror as well, it's just like he deals so much damage, guys. Here we have to take it quick. There we go. I took it before the Pantheon landed. I am dead here. Yep, I'm just dead. It's worth it though. I took the dragon, we got some kills. It's fine, whatever. Enemies killed us, but it's okay. And in this game I'm going for the Deadman's Blade, because so I was looking at the scoreboard. They have a Twisted Fate with a Rod of Ages, and he's really not doing anything right now. So I'm delaying my what is the item called? Spirit Visage. I'm delaying the Spirit Visage just to go for the Deadman's Blade, to have that early game, the mid game tankiness against the attack damage champions. I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen with the Yumi tweet. By the way, I've scheduled the tweet. I don't know what to expect, to be honest. Oh. Oops, I don't know what to expect, to be honest. Is the tweet really gonna get 400 likes? There is no way, right? That would be quite hilarious to me, to be honest. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, let's focus on the game. I can't believe, who the hell am I supposed to play with Yumi even? Something like a Garen or a Singed or Master Yi or like what? Maybe Vayne? Curious to see what you guys are gonna say on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, guys. I'm posting a lot of interesting stuff, and then this one is also one of them. Might be able to see me play it live on my with my nose. Oy, oy, oy. I'm so stupid with these ideas, honestly. Why am I thinking like that? Mundo is not a fast turret pusher, by the way. He used to be pretty fast at turret pushing. Oh, we can just dive this guy, by the way. Like, look, we can just dive him. I am Mundo, so Mundo can do this. I'm using my ultimate and the stone plate. I mean, it's not going very smoothly, to be honest. Definitely not very smoothly. I did get the kill, but that was not a smooth dive. But we got the kill, so that's all that matters. Mundo is really good at turret diving, of course. We all knew that already. But don't overestimate your tankiness. It's not like the old Mundo anymore. So he's not as tanky as the old Mundo, but he deals more damage. That's the beauty of it, and that's why Conqueror is like kind of an undiscovered good rune on him. People just haven't tested enough on Mundo yet, and Conqueror is actually super strong on him, and I didn't know that either up until I actually gave it a try. Honestly, Conqueror doesn't really fit Mundo, but the thing is, Conqueror is a broken rune. It's just way too strong, and it's working with Mundo as well, especially because you have a Sunfire Aegis, because your Sunfire Aegis deals constant damage, and your second ability deals constant damage as well. So you're going to be stacking up the Conqueror in like 1 second or so, or like in a few seconds. It's just super fast. You'll stack it up really, really rapidly. Oh yeah, by the way guys, I'm doing a skin giveaway on my YouTube channel as well, giving away 10 legendary skins. All you have to do to enter is put down a comment under this video. Talking about that, I should be giving away skins to the winners of last month now. Let me actually set an alarm so I don't forget that. At 2 AM 30. Skin winners. Yeah, I can only gift 2 skins a day, unfortunately, because of the new restrictions of Riot. It is what it is. So I have to gift skins every single day. Oy, oy, oy. Like a Twisted Fate like this, you know, I could dive him, I could kill him, but I prefer to dive 2 people in the bot lane, to be honest. I'm probably just gonna go behind the turret and dive both of them. Yeah, there it is. Like, this is Mundo, guys. You can just go behind the turret and exactly, this is Mundo. Just go from behind and destroy the enemies from behind. And here, I need to tank the turret. I am not tanking the turret though. I let the Diana tank, which is a huge mistake from me. And as you can see, we got punished for it. I still had my stone plate enchant, but yet I didn't tank the turret. I was stupid enough to let my Diana tank the turret, which she died against, of course, because she's not supposed to be the tank. I was supposed to be the one tanking. Look at that damage, though. Look at that insane damage from the first ability, guys. It just deals so much. Oh, is he screwed up? Can I kill him? Whee! I hit him, actually. But Janna saved him with her shield and her heal. Wow. It's kind of funny. Look at how fast Mundo becomes with the Deadman's Blade, by the way. It's insane. You'll catch up to anyone. And then with your first ability, slows enemies as well. It's just crazy. Deadman's Blade is so good on him. Ooh, I'm in a bit of a rough spot right here. I just use Stoneblade enchant just to make sure I stay alive. I'm trying to sneak it out. Boom, boom, boom. I got it. And I killed the Pantheon. Let's go. That's the jungler that you want to have in your team, guys. That's the jungle diff that you want to have in your team. Oh, I used the stone plate to be able to survive, and then I barely got the dragon, and I killed the Pantheon right there. Vayne was also actually able to kill the Twisted Fate, which is really good. Thing about Mundo is, by the way, I believe there's some misconception about him, which is his late game. So Mundo late game is good. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely good. But it's not like broken. His mid game is where it's really at. Like his mid game power spikes, between levels like level 7 and level 13, I would say that's where it's really at. That's where it's really powerful. Reason is because that's the moment where the enemies do not have armor and magic penetration yet. In the very late game, sure, you're gonna be very tanky and sure, you're gonna be strong, but the enemies are gonna have more Toro Minder to reduce your healing, to penetrate your armor. They're gonna have the Void Staff with 40% magic penetration. They are gonna penetrate to your shield. They're gonna do a lot of damage to you. In the mid game, they do not. So that is why you should really utilize the mid game power spike that Mundo has by constantly fighting. Like right now, I need to go for a fight. Yet again, this is a good moment for us to fight because I'm just super tanky. Like look at this, they just cannot kill me. They literally cannot kill me right now. There we go, you see? Look at how tanky I am. I'm just taking no damage whatsoever, really. Here, I can go in because I have the red thing. So even if they stun me, it doesn't actually go off, by the way. Yeah, take the turret and then turret dives. Like, that's how you need to be thinking with Mundo. I really want to take this turret. It's going to be a bit of a rough one to take, though. But I just want to take it. Like, I'm probably going to go in and just tank. Yeah, there we go. I even went in, used my ultimate just to take this tower. Because it's the mid lane tower. And as you can see, I'm just kind of desperate to fight. Because as I said, this is the strong moment of Mundo. Although our Vayne just kind of overextended, this is worth it. Reason is because we pushed the mid lane turret. Diana is pushing a top lane turret. I am stealing away their jungle. This is worth giving away 2 kills for. It's worth. Because I took their blue buff as well. And I'm going to be going to the mid lane. So this is okay. It's not the end of the world. So let's take a look at what happens here. I should be able to just kill both of them right there. Like, look at this. This is like... What can they do? What can they do? Probably even going to go for the Janna. Yes! I got her. If I didn't catch her there, she would have probably escaped. Because it's Janna. Janna is super fast. Even with my Deadman's Blade, I believe she would have outran me. Ah, he is dead. And boom, I got you. No one escapes from Mundo. Now with the Deadman's Blade, allows me to chase him down, slow him as well. Wait for it. Slow him with the smite, slow him with the first ability, and he's dead. You see? This is the power of the Deadman's Blade as well. He's not dead actually. Come on. Boom, boom. And now this is the power of the Conqueror. Look at how much damage I'm dealing. This is the Conqueror, guys. And this is why I'm telling you guys, you do not need a fleet footwork in Jungle Mundo. Grasp of the Undying is utterly useless in the jungle, by the way. Grasp is only useful in your lane matchup. But, come on, I cannot talk. What am I doing? Conqueror. Conqueror is the real deal, guys. Like, look at this. Look at how much damage I'm dealing. Just crazy. Like, I get a Warmog as well. Basically gonna make me unkillable. Of course, stealing away their jungle as well. Cannot leave anything to them to take. Yeah, and the dragon is spawning. I'm gonna get a Warmog. I'm gonna be ready for the fight. You know, I'm just insanely powerful. I'm not even gonna help my team here because I'm like, whatever. I just want to be ready for the fight. Yeah, I should get some anti-healing here because they have a Janna. Ranu's Omen? Actually, yeah, sure. Ranu's Omen is a good... As I said, you don't want to be going for the... You don't want to be going for the Frozen Heart. And I'm going for Ranu's Omen because their Twisted Fate is kind of useless. So I just want to have some reduction of their attack speed. It's not good. Pick up your passive, by the way. As you can see, it's gonna restore your passive if you pick it up. So when the enemy stuns you, pick that thing back up as fast as you can. This thing, you look, boom, I picked it up and I cannot get stunned again. Just pick it up. In the late game, it's instant cooldown reduction. Boom, easy poke. Boom, easy poke. You see, just constantly poking the enemy. And I have a Warmog. Look at my HP. This is what I mean. Look. Warmog. I am poking the enemies down. Look, enemies are getting a low amount of HP. And now I'm going all in. Using my stone plate, enemies can never kill me. All of them are focusing me. And the inevitable happens. We just destroy them. Look at this. Like... You don't always have to be the damage dealer, right? Like as a Mundo, you can do a lot of damage, sure. But you can also go in, use ultimate, and use a Warmog. That's what you can also do. So, you know, yeah, enemy surrenders. Of course they surrender after that. So let's actually take a look at how much damage I did and how much damage I tanked especially. So I feel like it's going to be quite a lot in this game. Come on. Oh, it's quite a lot of elo. I was the MVP, of course. I did the most damage and I tanked the most damage. So, yeah, that was pretty good. What was I doing? Oh, I was showing my history. Showing how broken the matchmaking is because the games were just so easy. Like, look at this. Whatever. Yeah, look at this, all the MVPs. It's just crazy. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.